Hello and good evening. Welcome to another edition of Pinoyathletics Track Talk on Sunday, the 14th of February, which happens to be Valentine's Day. So, to all our listeners, happy Valentine's Day. Um, okay, so tonight we're going to talk about the upcoming virtual event. Currently ongoing right now is the Hoka One 2021 Davao International Marathon, organized by Hoka One and BBGH Philippines. Um, that event attracted 1,300 entries, and today, roughly, it looks like around 20 of those entries actually completed a marathon in a varying assortment of times. More on that at a later date. Um, so, just going to bring up the slides now to discuss the um, events. So we're actually going to start off by talking about the recent performance of Ernest John Obiena, um, who set a new personal best, national record, national indoor record, Southeast Asian record, and a PB, improving on his 5.81 meter leap set 2 years ago, um, with a 5.86 meter leap in the men's pole vault. He placed second at the All-In Cup in Poland, on count back behind reigning world champion Sam Kendricks of the USA, who also registered a height of 586. Full article is up on the Pinoyathletics website. I'm just going to show you a video after I've read from this article. So, in what we can describe as a defining moment in both Philippine sports and turning point in his athletic career, 25-year-old Ernest John Obiena cleared 586 at the All-In Cup in Lodz, Poland on February the 12th, 2021. The mark was a new Philippine indoor and outdoor record, new Southeast Asian record, personal best, and improved on his Olympic qualification time of 581 meters. He finished second behind Sam Kendricks, the 2017-2019 world champion in the pole vault and the Olympic bronze medalist in Rio in 2016. EJ is now only 5 centimeters away from the Asian record of 592, set by Igor Potovic of Kazakhstan in 1992 in Dijon, France. Okay. Now I'm just going to quickly share the video. yeah, so that basically concludes that segment. Um, just a shout out to the watchers, Skylar Evador and Martin Esteban. Um, just share the screen quickly. So what's now been rebranded as the Philippine National 3000 Championships Virtual, held from February the 19th to the 21st, organised by the Iloilo running community. Now has 48 entries in total, 28 men and 20 women. And with entries still running for another 2 days, there's still plenty of time to add in more entries. The entries close strictly at 8 p.m. Philippine time at the 16th of February. No late entries will be accepted. 19th to 21st is the time to submit videos with the deadline at 8 a.m. So the two methods of submitting videos is either a track over with a video submitted afterwards, and also, or if it's done on a non-oval on a road, it needs to have Facebook Live. It needs to be Facebook Live. Both methods should use Strava, as we need to compare Strava times to Strava times, not Strava times to video times. I'll be sharing the start lists in a moment. So for the You Just Run event, now rebranded as the Philippine National 3000 Championships Virtual, the event will cost 150 Philippine pesos per athlete to enter. There are two payment options, payable by GCash to Sonia Perio by February the 16th, or via Palawan Pawn Shop to Jason Perio to the cell number below. Now, I'm just going to share with you the entry list. I'm just going to do a brief rundown of who's entered and, you know, a quick form guide. I'll be doing a more detailed form guide to discuss, you know, the achievements or the pedigree of the athletes that are entered in this event. We do have a few, we do have quite a lot of upcoming athletes in the event, not a lot of national athletes entered at the moment, but nonetheless, a lot of exciting, promising upcoming new athletes who are obviously aiming for SEA Games slots. So I'll quickly share the screen. Here we go. All right, so this is a list of who's entered in the men's. Now I'm not sure if you can see. Here we go. That's a much bigger view of it. I will zoom in a bit to make it a bit more visible, if you like, because that's not really a very good screen view. There we go. Okay, so entered in the list for the men. We're just going through the list in alphabetical order. We've labelled it off. So Roger Naguaya, Aljun Aldia representing Iloilo. There's a lot of entries from Iloilo with the athletic community organising this event. Jose Jezreel of Cebu, Kenneth Billiones of Colombo. So there's a variety of athletes competing from all a range of different locations within the Philippines. Two big names here in the entries: Alfrensi Braza, the Palarong Pambansa champion in the 1500 and the 5000 meters in 2019 in the secondary boys. Also, the winner of the 10 kilometers at the BBGH run last month, and also the winner of the 5 kilometers at the Pinoyathletics Talking Chinoy virtual event, and also the runner-up recently in the Fantasia Pinoyathletics 1000 meters. Also Edgar Carraro, MVP in the high school division in the UAAP from Adamson University. Him and Braza will be racing each other on the 20th of February at the Iloilo Sports Complex, and that will be live streamed on the Pinoyathletics page. So that's quite an exciting run to look forward to in the weekend. That will be in the morning on the 20th of February, on the Saturday. Also in the entries, so Riddell Cathedral, Juran Dordas, Benji Duhak, Onyemurki Espinoza of Tangub City, Junsel Flores of Iloilo, and just scrolling down a little bit here. Okay, Ralph Gignagil of Dasmariñas, Joma Habolan of Iloilo, Joseph Hompe of Iloilo, Edgar Lee of San Juan City, Glenn Magno of Cameroon Sor, Ramel Margate of Davao del Norte, Antigua Nepomuceno of Davao del Norte, Elbrin Neri of Tangub City, the UAAP record holder in the 800 and 1500 and the 2016 National 800 meter champion in the PNG and the National Open. Christian Bonate of Bataan, Roberto Panganiban of Bataan, Tilo Papel of Tangub City, J-Boy Romarabi of Davao del Norte, George Raqueño Cabuyao City Laguna, Romel Sunaba of Iloilo, and the list continues. Christopher Tobog of Davao del Norte, Christian Vizcaya of Iloilo, Brian Zuniga of Columbus City. So we have a total now of 28 entries in the men, and as we know with the Philippines and virtual meets, as everybody usually gets their entries in right on the last day. We observed in the Pinoyathletics Talking Chinoy meet that we got more entries on the last 2 days than we did in the whole period leading up. So it's very possible that we'll get a lot more entries, flooding in faster than we can handle in the last couple of days. So now we're looking at the women's entries, which we have 20 women from around the country competing in this event. So we have the Avalar sisters from Pasig, Reva and Rishan, Lani Kadona Adawag from Lingayan, Pangasinan. So Lani was the winner of the Pinoyathletics Talking Chinoy 5,000 meter virtual run. She's been around the running scene for quite some time, and quite often wins a lot of local races, and has also ran in Thailand and Vietnam. Cherry Andren, one of the rising stars of Cebu from Lapu-Lapu City, was in quite a good 5,000 meter runner with a personal best below 19 minutes, 18 minutes something in the 5,000 meters. Wasn't able to finish in the Pinoyathletics Talking Chinoy meet as he was detued for running on a course with negative elevation, which would not be within the rules of this competition because there is no guidelines against negative elevation in the rules of the national meet. Shout out to Jenny Era and Lemor Eugenio. Okay, now continuing the list, the women's field seems to be more tightly contested than the men's. In the men's, I picked out maybe 3 names to watch for. In the women's, there's quite a lot here. So, also rounding up the lineup is Nian Barcena, a 4-time Milo 21K national champion, former UAAP record holder in the 8 and the 1.5 middle distance events, former member of the national team, finished runner-up in the Pinoyathletics Talking Chinoy 5,000 meters behind Lani Adalg after running a 1 second faster time, which was DQ'd because of negative elevation of 19 minutes 12. Also in the lineup, Mylene Campomar of Don Carlos Bukidnon. The teenager Leslie De Lima from Camarine Saw, the Palarong Pambansa 1,500 and 3,000 meter champion. Pia Estenor from Calapan City. Paui Fonaya from Cavite, who is a duathlete, a member of the national team in duathlon, and a bronze medalist in the SEA Games in the mixed relays duathlon, which was held in the Philippines. Cherry Gonzalez of Fort Bonifacio, Angeline Lagrimas of Camarine Saw, Reina Malazab of Fort Bonifacio, Emberlyn Mendoza of Fort Bonifacio, and scrolling down the list further, Annalyn Monoy of Aklan, PB of 11 minutes 26, so also a contender for a podium finish in this event. Relinjoy Pasha of Iloilo, Ruby Payal of Iloilo, Maria Laika Sarmiento of Aklan, a constant medalist in the UAAP in the steeplechase 5,000, 1,500 meter events, usually always in the top 3 at the UAAP. So one of the top contenders in this event. Samantha Victor of Cagayan de Oro, Danita Takuyan of Angeles City, and Razabel Fabelon of Angeles City, more of a high jumper / 400 meter runner. Top 3 in the UAAP in the high jump, and also I believe took a gold or a silver at the national championships in the high jump. So quite a range of athletes competing here. And shout out also to Coach Tim Magara from Southern Cebu. All right, so that should be an exciting event with 48 athletes entered, with more to come. Battling it out for the title of 3,000 meter national champion, to be recognised in all future Pinoyathletics write-ups with the distinguished title of 3,000 meter national champion for 2021. Now, that pretty much ends that segment. We'll take questions on it if need be. And last but not least, this is going to be a very quick show by the looks of things. It's going to be less than half an hour. Oh, I don't want that one. There we go. So just a reminder regarding Pinoyathletics' upcoming events for Topia, which will be scheduled from the 13th to the 14th, with 100 and 200 and 400 meter events for men's and women's, boys and girls. Please email name, event choices, year of birth, best time and venue, oval being used to pinoyathletics@gmail.com. Free entry. No entries should come in later than March the 10th because late entries won't be accepted for that. There's quite a lot of entries at the moment which are available up on the website. I won't read them all out. We'll probably save that one for another show because there's more than a month still to go to take entries. But I can say I'm not going to read out every name from it, but I'll give you a rough indication of how many entries we're looking at. So there are 26 entries in the men's 100, 27 entries in the men's 200, 17 entries in the men's 400, 15 entries in the women's 100, 12 entries in the women's 200, 9 entries in the women's 400, two women's 4x1 teams, and one men's 4x1 relay team entered in this event as of today. Okay, so that was a pretty quick show. So just thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight, and I guess that's it. Thank you and good night.